All engines were designed specifically for this model, since the company had not used such small displacements since pre-war times. The engine compartment has an unusual layout. The cylinder block is tilted forward at an angle of 59 degrees, the checkpoint docked with it, bending, goes back and down. This affected the maintenance features. Even to replace the alternator drive belt and air conditioner with tension rollers, you have to remove the motor, rolling it out along with the subframe. And sometimes you have to change these parts even more often than the recommended 60,000 kilometers. The close proximity of the belt to the drive wheel, which gives the drive of attachments with water, mud and sand, effects. For the same reason, premature wear of the alternator bearings and the air conditioning compressor clutch is not uncommon. Engineers do not like A-Class for maintenance difficulties, although they note that there are simply no other problems with engines. In any case, the resource of Mercedes-Benz S running around Ukraine is far from depleted. For trouble-free operation, experts recommend replacing spark plugs and flushing injectors every 30,000 kilometers. More often than others, 1.6-liter gasoline engines are found in Ukraine, but you should not be afraid of 1.4-liter engines either. They do not differ structurally. Actually, as well as 1.9-liter units, the only drawback of which is the encouragement of the driver to active driving, which, in turn, makes you visit chassis repair shops more often. But diesels are a rarity here. The vast majority of babies present in Ukraine are with automatic transmission. These are unusual units. They provide the option of manual gear selection. Both automatic and manual transmissions work flawlessly. However, service station mechanics recall cases of replacing the automatic mode selector at the turn of 100,000 kilometers. Its electronic part failed. When examining the transmission from below, you can sometimes notice traces of oil sweating at the junction of the engine and the box, where there is a special control hole. This usually indicates wear on the torque converter shaft seal. If the leak is small, you can wait to replace the seal, but in this case you need to constantly monitor the oil level in the automatic transmission. By the way, experts focus the attention of Mercedes owners on the fact that these cars are very demanding on the type and brand of lubricants and working fluids. The chassis is not the strongest point of this model. This is especially true for specimens that often move off flat roads. The bearings on which the rear suspension arms swing can run out already at a run of 20,000 kilometers, although they are quite capable of going out even 60,000 kilometers. Silent blocks of the front levers are more tenacious. Their resource is at least 100,000 kilometers. At the rear springs, after a run of 20 to 25,000 kilometers on killed roads, the extreme coil sometimes bursts, and the anti-roll bars do not always live up to 15 to 20,000 kilometers. The ball bearings of the front end, with their resource of 60,000 kilometers against this background, are simply well done. The front shock absorbers last longer than the rear ones, respectively, 100,000 kilometers and 60 to 80,000 kilometers. The brake system of a small Mercedes requires only regular pad replacement every 10 to 20,000 kilometers. In addition, with intensive urban use, it is necessary to change the brake discs after 50 to 60,000 kilometers. The steering is equipped with a hydraulic booster with an electric pump. Consumables here are considered to be tie rod ends and joints. Both of them serve at least 60,000 kilometers. A knock in the A-Class steering is most often produced by a gear rack pair, less often by rack bushings. Eliminating this trouble is not cheap, but the knocking rail does not require immediate replacement.